Welcome back to the BTS Happy Hour podcast. I'm your host, Andrea. With me as always is Morgan.
Hey, what's up?
On January 22nd, a new member of Congress filed articles of impeachment for President Biden, who was just sworn into office on January 20th. Shortly afterward, the hashtag ImpeachBidenNow began trending on Twitter. And just like they did last year when White Lives Matter was trending, Kpop fans started flooding the hashtag with their fan cams and pictures in order to prevent posts about that from being seen. So we're not here to talk about the hashtag or or if that was warranted or not, impeachment.
But what was it? I mean, he's only been president a day. What were they impeaching him for? That's fair to ask.
Let's see what the article said, because I didn't write that down. So Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene posted on Twitter that President Joe Biden is unfit to hold the office of the presidency. His pattern of abuse of power as President Obama's vice president is lengthy and disturbing. And she's the one who filed the articles of impeachment.
If you're unfamiliar with American politics, I guess this is how it's going to go from now on. Everybody's just going to get articles of impeachment sent against them. It doesn't seemingly have any sort of really strong basis, but this is just what it is now.
Yeah, I think they're kind of
I think she's trying to make a point, whether you agree with it or not, but...
Yeah, but then it's like you could argue that it's like revenge for impeaching Trump in like the last couple of days.
Articles of impeachment are not meant for revenge, though.
It used to be you had to do something really serious to be impeached. Now it's just a weapon, so we shouldn't be surprised if both sides do the same thing now.
Well, probably it won't go anywhere, obviously. But, you can bring them as a member of Congress. That's within your rights. So she did.
Yeah, and since we're not a political podcast, we're not going to go into the details of all that, but this is another thing that K-pop fans decided to participate in. I guess they didn't want that... Impeach Biden now to be trending and have whatever people were saying about that to be seen by people.
I see.
So I don't know if
they flooded it with fan cams and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't they flood everything with fan cams? That's kind of a thing.
No, I think they kind of use it more as a weapon these days. And I can see if you're using it for like, there's a negative story about your favorite idol and you want to just drown out all of that stuff. That's fine. That's something that's worthy of your time. I just think, like, you're a K-pop fan. Like, what does this have to do with K-pop?
It has nothing to do with K-pop. Nothing.
Well, last time they were participating in a hashtag about White Lives Matter, which I didn't even see anything original about that going around. All I saw was the fan cam part of it.
Yeah.
And so at that time they could say, well, we're fighting white supremacists or whatever. And this time it seems like less warranted because it's just about which political party you agree with.
I mean,
it's like now you're just being polarizing.
The people who are posting, they seem to have a very particular political affiliation, correct? They seem to be more on the left. And that is their right. If they want to do that's fine. But it seems kind of pointless. Number one, because he's not gonna get impeached. It's not like it's gonna happen. It's kind of a waste of your time, by the way. There's really not that much need to flood it with K-pop fan cams. That's all I'm saying.
If you're on Twitter and you have a fan account, it should be used for K-pop. You should be using that to promote your idols or doing things that have to do with that, because it's like that's why you have a platform there, is you've built up support because other people support the same idols, and that's why you have however many followers and can do that. And then you're just gonna
these people don't agree.
They
just want to post whatever they want to post,
waste their capital that they've earned on politicians, and it's like that has nothing to do with the idols, and it's like now your attention is on that.
Well, that's up to them. If they want to waste it on pointless political movements or whatnot, then I guess that's up to them, right? But I would agree, you're not really doing anything here. It's not like he was gonna get impeached, so you're pretty safe in just ignoring it. So flooding it with fan cams is not gonna do anything. I don't know. It's up to them. It's their accounts, right? So if you want to flood it,
That's true. I mean,
Yeah.
it's your account. You can do whatever you want with it. I understand that. I just don't think it's the right thing to do. It makes more sense to focus on K-pop related things when you have a K-pop fan account. And I just don't think these politicians have earned your, like, working for them, basically. Also, this is another instance where people are just solidifying their impression of K-pop fans as being annoying and immature. So that's not a good thing. Related to that, Kamala Harris was sworn in as vice president on January 20th. And after that, people observed that in her Spotify playlist, she has Boy With Love by BTS on her summer playlist. And on Twitter, apparently she's following BTS. And it's not really clear when that started happening. And we know they had a big year in 2019 and 2020, so I don't know if maybe she heard about when they donated $1 million to Black Lives Matter, or, you know, spoke at the UN, or, you know, some of the other high profile things they were doing. But yeah, I'm just trying to think about, if you're a non-K-pop fan, when would be the most obvious time you would hear about BTS?
Well, how do we know what her Spotify playlist has? How do we know that?
She seems to publish some, you know, some people are on Spotify and they have public playlists that they produce every few months or something. And I remember she had some other one, like, during the campaign, and it had, like, all different artists on it. But, you know, that being said, I do think anytime there's a prominent public figure and then they all of a sudden start talking about BTS, we need to think about if this is clout chasing or not.
Yeah, true. Did she even talk about it, though?
She never talked about it. It just seemed to appear on Spotify.
I don't think this
and Twitter.
classifies as clout chasing. I mean, she had a playlist or something that people could see, correct? Mm-hmm. It included BTS. But BTS was also one of the big songs of this year.
So you're saying maybe she just picked popular things?
Yeah. We don't know. Did she say anything specific?
No. It could have been just, very safe playlists. Like, let me just pick, what's
I'm not sure it was clout chasing.
Top of Billboard.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was clout chasing. I think it might just have been, hey, look at me, I'm cool. I know what songs kids are listening to. Look at me, and this is just one of them. So I'm not totally sure it was clout chasing. I think I don't even think she determined this playlist. Honestly, it's probably an intern somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. So that intern put a bunch of popular songs out there, and BTS is one of them. I don't think you should read too much into this. Did she verbally say something about BTS at some point? Like, yay, I'm a BTS fan, by the way. No, right?
No, I don't think we've ever heard her talk about liking K-pop or BTS or anything.
I wouldn't call this a clout chasing incident. I know this is like anticlimactic or something, but I wouldn't say this is clout chasing.
Okay, but let's say there was an interview where she did say, oh yes, I love BTS and I listen to them now.
But was there such an interview?
No, but I'm saying if there was an interview, is that evidence for clout chasing or against clout chasing? Because now I feel like if she said that, I would be like, I don't believe you.
If she said that, I would say probably yes. But again, remember, I don't have this negative opinion of clout chasing that other people necessarily have. I just think of it as just a pragmatic thing that people do. So if she said that, yeah, I would say it is. But she never said that.
Right.
It's just a Spotify playlist that people noticed, right? Of course it would have BTS. It's one of the biggest songs of the summer.
I actually think it's better for her that she didn't say anything about it.
I don't think it's clout chasing.
Because if you say something, then it makes it more obvious. Like, hey, look, I follow this group now.
She doesn't know anything about it. She doesn't care about it at all. That's my guess. She probably listens to much older music. She's an old woman. Come on.
Well, she said she's like a Tupac fan from back in the day.
You do understand that Tupac is like mid-90s, right?
Right.
That is old music as of now. That is old music.
Well, and
that's 25 years ago. He was killed 25 years ago.
I also think K-pop is not even a genre that she listens to.
Exactly. You if you talk to her, you probably say, "Hey, do you listen to this K-pop thing?" She'd say, "Well, no. What's that?" "Hey, these Koreans are making music. It's really popular." And she would say, "What? Korea? We're listening to music from Korea these days? Tell me all about it." And I'm not saying she's against it or anything, but no, I don't think she's on board with all that.
Well, there was also one Reddit post, and this person was kind of upset at Army because they got some of them were like really excited that they thought Kamala Harris was, into BTS
okay.
and all this stuff, and then this person was like, "You gotta be."
Why were they upset?
They're like, "Don't just praise like every single person who says anything positive about
I would
BTS."
agree with that. Yeah.
Because you got to be like a little more skeptical. Like, people
I
are
would
just
agree.
be name dropping, public figures.
Yeah, you could just say, "Hey, I love BTS, guys."
Yeah,
and you're just gonna approve of this person? No.
People are understanding that BTS is very popular right now, so they will try to align themselves with them. So I think it's a good idea to be at least skeptical when that comes up. And I mean, you can tell who the genuine fans are when it's like they won't stop mentioning it. Like, people like John Cena, like he can't stop talking about BTS, so you could tell like, okay, he's genuine.
But it's weird. It's actually weird at this point.
He's sounding kind of obsessed, huh?
Yeah. I think it's actually kind of f***ing weird with John Cena. I get it. You like them. Okay. But it's kind of crossed the line. Don't you think? I mean, I know you welcome all people who love BTS, but it's kind of weird with that guy.
He seems very inspired by them.
Yeah, why? Why though? I don't know. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be or there's necessarily anything wrong with it. I'm just saying it's a little off. I don't know. It's a little weird to me. So yeah, don't think anything about this Kamala Harris thing. Those are intern probably.
According to fans online, a well-known insider has hinted that Ariana Grande will be collaborating with BTS and that their track is set to be released this year. And they said that this insider has credibility because...
Well, who is this insider?
Well, they didn't say their name because they're going to be anonymous. So, but They previously leaked the remix of The Weeknd Blinding Lights and Ariana Grande's...
So it's a credible
3435 remix. Yeah, they leaked other things that turned out to be true. So then they're like, oh, this must be accurate too then. So I was like, okay, well, since that person had a track record, then maybe this is really going to happen. But then it's like, we already know that because we saw that clue. Remember when I found it on Genius Lyrics a couple months ago?
Right. It's probably that song. It was probably that song.
It could be that.
Oh my God, you'll be totally vindicated.
If this happens, then it'd be like,
you'll be totally vindicated.
I told you all. You heard it first.
I know you're very invested in this. So it needs to be that particular track that you discovered on that day. You heard it here first. What was the name of it?
Young Gods.
Well, if it's that, then you broke it.
Right. I saw it before that insider.
Yeah. So you're very invested in this being correct.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to talk about this story today. It's like, just so everybody knows.
We talked about it months ago. The song is going to be called Young Gods, correct?
Uh-huh.
There you go. If they come up with a song that's called like Young Gods or something similar, you heard it here first.
BTS has been very quiet these past few weeks. For all we know, they're working on that, and they're working on their next album.
I think it's a great collaboration, though. They have different enough audiences, but big ones. Combine them. That's a great collab.
That's going to go like number one immediately.
Yeah, immediately. There's no... Even if the song is f***ing terrible, which, very likely it could be, it's still going to go number one just by virtue of these names. It's gonna skyrocket.
There's further evidence too. If anybody watched RM on V Live on January 19th, he was talking about how he listens to her new album all the time when he's working out. He said, "What
a good tip."
He said he loves 3435 and Positions.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, that's a terrible album. So if he's gonna say he loves it, it clearly is like some sort of planned something.
It's like cross promotion right there.
Yeah. It's clearly because he knows that he needs to promote. Yeah. I think that seals the deal. If he's going to speak so highly of something bad.
That's evidence.
That thing is bad. So if he's going to come out and say, I love this thing, you know why, right? Because they're working together.
Like, you wouldn't say anything bad about people you're collaborating with.
Correct. Correct.
You're going to say they're amazing.
They're
listen
amazing.
to all their work.
Everybody come listen to this.
He said he listens to The Weeknd too, so maybe they have...
Does that mean they have a collaboration? Is that what you're thinking?
That could be.
I don't like that because I don't like The Weeknd. I think it's garbage. That's neither here nor there, but I think The Weeknd is garbage. Okay? Let's just leave it at that. And we were talking about BTS and Ariana Grande. This is so off topic. So basically, BTS, Ariana Grande, great collaboration. It's going to happen. And you know what? They're going to vindicate your scoop from a while ago. It's going to be called what?
Young Gods.
Yeah, it's going to be called Young Gods. Watch for it.
It's
going to be like, I don't know. It's going to be like a hip hop thing or something.
With all the time spent at home due to COVID-19, it looks like RM has clearly been spending a lot of time at the gym. So if you look at pictures from 1 year ago to present day, he's visibly much bigger.
Is that it? He's just bigger, right?
He's very muscular now.
He's buff. He's cut. Let me look at these pictures.
I don't understand.
Yeah, he looks bigger too. Yeah, I can see it.
It's like, is there a purpose to this? Is like just gonna...
Yeah, there's a purpose.
He's gonna look like...
He wants to be hulked out, you know?
He's gonna look like Chris Hemsworth. He's gonna look like Thor.
Yeah, why not? I totally approve. Oh, this is wonderful. I mean, if you're gonna be stuck in quarantine, why not, hulk out?
That is a good use of time. At least you're working on yourself.
It is. I mean, I don't know if I hulked out as much as he has, but I bought like a lot of workout equipment to work from home.
Right, because you can't...
pandemic, because you can't go anywhere.
Go to a gym.
Not that I went to a gym or anything, but I was like, well, I'm just stuck here. I may as well, I bought these perfect push-up things that are excellent. Okay, listen, you know how you like do push-ups and you just put your hands on the ground and you like, you push yourself up.
Right.
These are good exercises. That's definitely a good exercise. But there's this thing you can order on Amazon where you like hold on to it and they like rotate and you can get a much deeper push-up. Like it really, really like activates all of your muscles and it's excellent. It's the best purchase I've ever made. I guarantee you. If you buy that thing, you will not regret it. Every single push-up will just feel so much more impactful. Buy that thing, please. That's the best $30 I've ever spent. So it looks like RM has, he's on that train.
You have to get that big though. You got to be doing weights.
Well, yeah, of course he is. But body weights is weights. I don't know what he's doing.
Right.
He could be doing a number of things, but he definitely looks a lot buffer.
He has biceps.
Yeah. That's good.
Don't you think once they have a tour date that he's going to have to kind of cut back on that? Because
No. Why? Why?
Isn't it harder to dance when you're bigger? You have like all these muscles.
No, it's not. Nothing is harder.
Take more energy?
No. You're just going to be more awesome. You're going to have more muscles. It's going to be greater. Trust me. There's nothing bad about it.
Well, I can't argue with the results.
No. This is just an article that we read, but
yeah, it had a lot of...
show the before and after pictures, and they seem pretty compelling.
Good comparison pictures.
Yeah.
Because in the on video, he looked kind of thin, like very lean.
Mm-hmm. He's pretty massive now. And
also for that, it's like, it's not just working out, but it's also a diet plan. So he must be on like a high protein.
Yeah, he had to be on high protein.
He's probably one of those people that has like boiled chicken breasts and like eggs.
Oh yeah, terrible.
Those like really plain.
Have you ever been one of these like guys who are bulking up?
Yeah.
You're just constantly consuming protein.
Those fitness guys, it's just pure protein.
There is a lot of argument, by the way, whether you even need to consume protein so diligently like that. I don't think you do, but they do. I mean, it's your bulking, so it's up to you, right? But I don't think you need to focus on protein.
Well, yeah, because your body can only process so much protein at a time anyway.
Correct.
So
that's true. Your body can only process so much protein at a time.
So anything over that is like pointless.
But we cannot argue with the results. RM definitely looks a lot more buff.
He needs to drop his
what?
His workout and food regimen.
Yeah, he should. He totally should. By the next album, he's just going to look like Hulk. He's going to look like a Chris Hemsworth. What if he looked like that? That would be amazing. So what if RM went to that level and he just came out and just ripped off his shirt and just bulging muscles? what will happen then? Let me ask you.
There'll be a lot of reaction.
Probably, yeah.
What is the joke? These people say is like, "Do you even lift?"
Yeah. That's what the guys in the community. That's what they say. Do you even lift? Clearly he does. He lifts.
So there's a Reddit post, and the person was talking about fans that are shaming other fans just for being attracted to idols. And they said, yes, like I know I'm aware that I don't actually know them, and I'm just trying to enjoy my life and have a celebrity crush, and then this person's always seeing posts like, you don't know your faves, or I don't get why people like idols in that way. And then this person is saying, well, it's basically natural to have a crush on an idol because that's...
Is it though? Is it?
Said,
okay, let them continue.
They said they're marketed to be as appealing as possible.
True.
And then these other people are just raining on your parade because they're just enjoying their K-pop existence, and someone else is being negative. So what's the big deal?
What's your position on this?
I think that is what idols are designed for. They're supposed to be likable, and they are meant to have people find them attractive and have a crush on them. Like that's what they want to happen. Like, you're supposed to think these people are friendly and attractive, and then they like you back and all this stuff. And of course they don't. They're just people. It's the same thing as like actors and actresses. Like, why do they have attractive people that are like A-list actors and actresses? Like, because you're supposed to find them attractive.
I think that, yeah, I don't think people should be faulted for being attracted to, because that's something that is cultivated by the companies, right? That's something they want to promote to increase their profit, their bottom line, right? You can be forgiven for engaging in all of that. At the same time, of course, maintain some sort of healthy perspective on all of it for your own sake. Don't become obsessed or anything like that. Just for your own health, right? Like nobody would endorse somebody having an unhealthy obsession or anything like that. I don't think so. So people generally say, hey, have a realistic relationship with this product, essentially is what it is. But people shaming others for being attracted to, I don't agree with that. Like, of course you can be attracted to whatever you want to be attracted to, right? And the companies cultivate that, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't think there's something wrong with that. Whether it crosses into an unhealthy territory or whatever, that's individual to the person, right?
Yeah. I do think the companies create this situation. It's like the saying, it's a feature, not a bug.
Right.
It's like they want you.
It is a feature, not a bug, correct?
They want you to fall for them. And, most people, it's like, oh, I like this person, that's my bias. And it's like, doesn't go really any further than that. But I have seen some kind of like crazy people that are like there's this one girl who I've seen on Twitter, I think, and she's like, I'm in a relationship with V or something. And or I forget which person she said exactly. She said like, I met up with him at this time and place, and then we're not going to go public yet. But it's like, why are you talking about it? I don't get it. This person, like, she actually thinks she's in a relationship with someone in BTS.
Oh, well, that's delusional as hell.
So it's like, don't let that happen.
Yes, I agree with that. Don't let that happen. But if just being attracted or whatever, that's normal, and that's promoted by the companies. So I can't fault you for that. You shouldn't think you have some sort of personal relationship, but that's totally a different thing.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, there's people of all age groups, right? There's people of all age groups in the fandom.
Mm-hmm.
So the younger people are, the more likely they are to be caught up in something, right? Like if you're a teenager, you just get caught up in something. I remember when I was a teenager, I got caught up in some stuff. So that's fine. I don't think that's unhealthy or anything,
Yeah.
If you're 50 years old and your whole reality is based around your attraction to an idol, okay, maybe we need to have a talk. But I think for a lot of people who are younger, this is not that big of a deal, right? I think it's pretty normal stuff.
That does bring up an angle of it that I that I see a lot, because there's a lot of older fans, like they're like 30s or 40s or 50s or whatever, and they're fans of BTS, and then they talk about, oh, I love Jim and I love V, whoever, and it's like the younger fans are the ones bullying them. It's like, oh, that's gross.
Why are they bullying them?
Just because of age. It's like, why are you a fan? That's gross.
Because why are you like an old person who likes them?
Yeah, it's like you're too old to like BTS.
Oh,
or
okay.
Or even find them attractive. It's like they don't think that's unacceptable.
I don't see that. I'm not like in the fandom, but
yeah, I've seen that a lot, where it's like they get called names and stuff.
Wow.
But it's like they're not saying anything different than the younger fans are saying. It's like, oh, Jimin's so great, V's so great. It's like they're saying the same exact things, but it's like the older fans get more insulted.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
It's like, yeah, there's a lot of like inner fighting.
I wasn't aware of that. I guess I'm not a stan. I guess you'd see a lot more of that, huh?
Yeah, people get like way too invested in
Where is this
things.
all happening? Where is this all happening?
Probably on Twitter, I would say.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't experience it, but all right. I believe you.
Yeah, I think just in general, it's like people that just have way too much time. It's like, don't be policing what everybody else is saying
Agreed.
Or doing,
Just
like,
let people like whatever they like.
Let them have their own experience.
Yeah.
On January 16th, Blackpink member Jennie opened her YouTube channel and uploaded her first video. And in just a few hours, she gained over 1 million subscribers and has surpassed 3.5 million in just 3 days. And in her first video, it was filmed in her house, and it was like a 4-minute something video where basically she just kind of introduced the fact that she had a YouTube channel.
Yes.
And it took place in her house, so part of the appeal of this video is like, oh, you could see kind of what the inside of her house looks like.
Sure.
And some netizen went through the trouble of figuring out where Jennie actually lives, and like,
I mean, I think people know this though.
Maybe they knew that already, I don't know.
They do.
But they said, oh, she lives in a 2-story house.
They know the apartment complex she lives in.
Yeah, they probably know her address.
Yeah.
She lives in a 2-story house with 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, costing $4.9 million to $5.8 million. So I guess they don't know exactly. It's like somewhere in there. So $5 million place. And did you have any thoughts on her video?
On the real estate? I'm a real estate person.
Well, yeah.
I didn't have any thoughts on the real estate. Is that what people were like focused on?
No, I just glanced at the YouTube comments. Everybody was just like, oh, Jennie's cute. Jennie's amazing.
Yeah.
Just very like positive comments.
I mean, it's just a very, it's a video.
I'm just going to say like not a lot happened content wise in that video.
There's not a lot to say about the video.
She has
I mean, her house is relatively expensive.
She has a very nice house. She has a beautiful smile. It was just, I did like that she did the whole thing in English, so I think that was intentional, for international fans.
Right.
And
it will appeal to most of YouTube.
And then she laughed when it was time to do like the standard YouTuber phrases. It's like and subscribe my channel. It's like,
she got 20 million views off of it.
Yeah. So she won't have any trouble.
That's a lot.
She won't have any trouble with that part of it. Like, smash that like button. Okay, she didn't say that, but that's what the YouTubers say, though.
Yeah.
She said, please show lots of love to my videos. Like, that's a more K-pop thing to say.
I mean, it's going to be successful. It makes me wonder, why doesn't Blackpink just like make a bunch of YouTube stuff? They can make a ton of money just doing that. Every YouTube video they have would make 10 million views. This is like not an insignificant amount of money.
Yeah,
if you have a YouTube video that makes 10 million views, it's not insignificant. Trust me.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have a channel, but it's just for like videos and stuff, right? Like their music videos. I mean, they don't have one that's their personal stuff. Like
no.
Jennie's is the first one.
But they could have personal stuff.
Like, you think they would all have a channel, or they'd have a separate channel of just like, the members.
And as quote unquote luxurious as her house is, it's not that luxurious.
What did you think based on your real estate knowledge?
I mean, I know that real estate is very expensive in Korea. So a small amount of space will be expensive, right? But you could get a lot more in America and a lot of places. Just saying. But stuff is more expensive in Korea, just to be fair. So if she's living in Seoul, it's going to be expensive. I watched most of the video. What can I say? It's excellent. She has a nice life. I mean, what are we going to say about it?
Well, I think like they didn't really have a plan for this one video.
There's
like,
no need to have a plan. It's just Jennie.
Like all she did was lip sync to a Mandy Moore song,
Right, exactly.
and was like fake cleaning in her house.
Right.
And
yet got 20 million views.
Yeah. Like, okay, it was a little underwhelming, but I guess you just needed to put one video to start with.
Right.
And I think maybe it takes some skills to be a good YouTuber. You have to be like a storyteller. You have to like have
she's not a good
something
YouTuber
to
yet.
stay.
Okay.
You have to have stuff to say, and you have to be like really comfortable in front of a camera. And maybe this one, they're just like, okay, well, just say whatever you want. Like if you're freestyling it, it may not work out as well. Like maybe she needs more of a plan before starting a video.
Maybe.
But I noticed they did have her dress like, oh, let's just wear a regular outfit. Like a lot of times you see her in like really like glamorous outfits. Like if you look on her Instagram and stuff, like they had her just wear like a regular shirt and jeans and stuff, and she looked very relatable in this video, like a YouTuber. And then there was the one part I didn't really appreciate was like the manager or whoever it was that was filming it was like, suck in your tummy, and then Jennie laughed, and I'm like, what are you talking about? She didn't have any stomach sticking out at all. Like, she doesn't even have one.
Oh.
I was like...
They were implying that she's fat.
Yeah, I was like, are you trying to be funny? Because that's not funny.
Okay. And you're saying she's not fat?
No.
Okay.
I was like, okay, what's this manager talking about?
Are you sure, though? Maybe she was. Are you sure? Are you sure?
No, I'm sure. I'm sure even if she, like, was breathing in all the way, she wouldn't even have a stomach. But I was like, okay, that was unnecessary, this lady. It's like, calm down. She looks fine from like any angle. Jennie looks amazing. Yeah.
Well, it's K-pop standards. So you have to understand. Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know why they left that part in there. They could have cut that out, but maybe they're trying to show like, okay, she's relatable. She has to make sure she's, looking good at any moment. Like, like that's what a regular girl would worry about. It's like, oh, does my stomach look big in this shot? Like maybe it was just like a fake setup moment.
Was it fake, you think?
I didn't see any stomach sticking out, so that's what seemed absurd to me.
Okay.
So I just thought, okay, that's kind of weird that they kept that moment in there, but maybe there was a purpose to it. And so very little happened in the video, but she was very likable, and you could see that she has a laundry room, and she's painting, and she has a computer, and she has 2 dogs, so I didn't know that. I was like, oh, that's nice. She had 2 dogs, and she has a lot of white walls and white furniture. And
normal.
But that's like one of the things I don't like when I see someone's house is like, oh, is there like too much white? Because that's like very overdone, you know? Like it's too easy. It's like you got to pick some color in some places.
Not in 2020. Most people have a white house and everything.
Well, maybe she just moved in, and because it looked like kind of like what a house you show.
Right.
So maybe she didn't have time to like switch out a lot of things yet. And I mean, I've said that sometimes like Bangtan TV has some really pointless content. Like it'll be like Jungkook eating chicken for like 30 seconds, and it's like, well, that's the video. Or like there was a Bangtan bomb recently that all it was Jin writing his name on his new Samsung phone with a Sharpie, and then later Jungkook wrote on the phone and then messed it up. But it's like, okay, when BTS has pointless videos like that, I still think it's funny and I'm entertained by it. And I just don't know, maybe I'm not like a super Blackpink fan, but it's like, okay, I need more if you're gonna entertain me with a video, you know? Like it can't just be Jennie doing nothing. I have to like see something funny or something interesting that happens. So I don't know, but maybe like if you're a Blackpink fan, you thought this was a amazing video. I'm just saying it was just a little underwhelming for me. In early January, photos were circulating online that appear to show a member of K-pop girl group Momoland Nancy undressing that prompted the band's management, MLD Entertainment, to take legal action. And the pictures appeared to show the 20-year-old singer changing backstage, and this was at the 2019 Asia Artist Awards. And then the pictures were being shared just recently on a Discord server with over 500 members, and then it was spilled over to social media. And it kind of showed her undressing, so it's like she had her like clothes not on, and so that got leaked out, and it was very troubling for the company and for Nancy. And I mean, of course, it was like an invasion of privacy, and it's very illegal because isn't this a thing that happens in Korea? Like people...
Yeah, this is a thing that's common, right?
That's
when people
pretty shocking.
Hitting cameras and stuff like that. This is a common thing. Apparently, it's a problem.
Yeah, I didn't realize this was some kind of a trend in Korea where it's like secret footage of women in dressing rooms or, you know, behind the scenes, and then it gets leaked. It's like, what's wrong with people? It's like, do you have privacy laws? I mean, I'm sure they have laws, but it just seems like it happens a lot. So the company, the MLD Entertainment, they said that these photographs that were spread were also photoshopped too. So I didn't realize, okay, that there's a whole another level to it. It wasn't just like photos that were taken and then spread. It was just like, oh, also they were photoshopped.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder why they mentioned that part of it.
Maybe to mitigate the impact of it.
I agree. I think that might have been done. I don't know if it's even true or not, but I think just saying that makes people doubt, like, whatever pictures they see. Oh, that's not really her naked. That's Photoshop, you know? And maybe they said that as a way to protect her, but maybe they aren't even Photoshopped.
Right.
So I think that was probably a smart thing to do, because at least it makes people less likely to believe that that's actually her in the photos.
Right. Obviously unfortunate. This is a thing that's been happening in Korea, correct?
Yeah, it's something that happens in like public restrooms and fitting rooms, things like that.
It brings to light this issue when people are, you know, like taking illicit video footage of women.
A lot of sick people out there.
Yeah, so this is a thing that's going on. I guess it's good in that it brings to light this problem. So maybe it will be taken more seriously. But, you know, there's not much that can be done for her specifically. The pictures are out there.
Yeah.
And once it's on the internet, it's on the internet. So there's nothing much you can do about that. Yeah, hopefully they will, you know, maybe they can get a handle on this sort of thing.
Create better legislation for this. And I think in this case, at least they can try to track down the people that are responsible for these pictures. Because if they know that it was an MLD Entertainment staff member and this person was present at the 2019 Asia Artist Awards, that has to be a limited number of people that can do it. So they should be able to narrow it down and find out exactly who the person was, or, you know, start questioning people at least. Like, you have to know who was standing, like, you know, 10 feet away or whatever and had a phone or had a camera.
Right.
They should be able to figure that out. And I think you just have to have, you know, harsh punishments on these people, because that's all you can do is just punish after the fact and shame them. And the fact that this was shared on a Discord is like, I feel like I keep hearing stuff happening on Discord. Like, that's a new place where things are popping up that are not illegal, but like, you know, bad things are spreading there. And maybe the companies aren't policing Discord as much, because I know they have a good handle on, you know, things that appear on Facebook or Twitter. You know, like, they're used to that, because, you know, if you post copyright material or stuff like that, it's like they'll find out right away, like when people have illegal streams and stuff like that. But I think maybe Discord is one of the newer places that they're not as good at finding stuff out. So I think they gotta put more mechanisms in place. The the companies so that they can monitor stuff like that. But yeah, it's a pretty unfortunate situation, and hopefully they can get some kind of resolution for Nancy, because that's pretty horrible for her.
They can't, because it's pretty much over, right? I mean, there's nothing you can really do at this point.
Yeah.
Except prevent future stuff.
When it launched, Big Hit Entertainment's price-to-earnings multiple was over 70 times projected 2020 net earnings, far higher than the electronics, tech, and heavy industry companies that are the bedrock of the Korean economy. So basically, this Variety article was talking about how Big Hit stock started really strong at its IPO.
Okay.
But now
I know something about this. This is my kind of field.
Now it's kind of slowing down.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
coronavirus on the
So
markets.
basically, what they're saying is price to earnings ratio, right? So that's okay. So what you buy the stock for, like what the company is valued at versus its earnings per year. So you ideally, in conventional thinking, you want a company that makes a lot of money versus the amount of the price of the company, right? So the price is $20 per share. You want them to make, I don't know, $5 per share in earnings every year. That indicates a strong company because they make a lot of money. They make a lot of money versus what you have to pay to buy a piece of that company. But these days, I don't know, all of that is blown out of the water because I buy shares in a company called Tesla, and their price to earnings ratio is just garbage. They don't make any money. Oh, that's not fair. They make some money. But versus the amount of money you have to pay to buy a piece of that company, it's just like, it's so outsized, right? The price to earnings ratio is just garbage. So the price of the stock is totally based on people's projection of what it will be in 10 years, in 20 years, or something like that, right? It's just total projection, total speculation. Is that what it is with Big Hit? I don't know. But like, as you said, their current price to earnings ratio is not very good, right? And as with Big Hit, I'm not sure that it justifies it because, like, what do you expect to happen? I mean, when people invest in Tesla, they're doing it under the expectation that like electric vehicles are going to be the new world order, right? Tesla is going to be the next big company. They just do it with all these expectations in mind, right?
Green energy.
What is the expectation with Big Hit though? I don't know. That they'll have another BTS? That seems actually very unlikely, correct? It seems almost more likely that they'll regress to being just like more of the average K-pop company. How often do you have a BTS? Not very often. That's like kind of like a once in a lifetime thing.
Well, that's why they're working so hard to diversify and like buy up all these other groups.
I understand, but if you're a person buying stock, if you had to actually put your skin in this game and buy the company, what are you expecting? Actually, it's hard to say, right?
Well, I think right now it's
the price to earnings ratio is bad.
They're suffering from uncertainty because coronavirus. Like, well, we don't know when their groups can tour again, and like that's where a lot of money comes from.
And their stock price is probably suffering. Correct.
Like as soon as we hear about tour dates or something, like I bet you anything,
maybe
there's going to be a rush on it.
Okay, maybe. But as of right now, if you were one of the fans who bought into it because it was because it's like BTS or whatever, I don't know, maybe you should sell your stock. That's all I'm saying. Maybe you should sell for whatever it is right now because I'm not seeing like huge gains in the near future for this particular stock. The price earnings ratio is all bad. The fundamentals are not great. If you were one of the people who invested just for fun, just hold your stock. You probably just bought one share or whatever. No big deal. Just hold it. It'll probably improve at some point. Don't sell it. It probably did go down since you bought it, but just hold it, you know?
Well, I think there was just a lot of excitement for their IPO, and so maybe it was like overvalued.
It was probably overvalued
at that point.
At that point.
And then it's kind of because coronavirus and the economy or whatever, it's just kind of going back to the whatever.
But don't sell it.
It should have been.
Just hold it.
But I do think they have a lot of growth up ahead.
Maybe, yeah. Just hold it.
I mean, you have to keep in mind, yes, a lot of their money is still just from BTS,
Right.
but then we know that they passed the enlistment laws, so it's like
Correct.
they're going to
See?
be a strong part of Big Hit for
Right.
at least 2 more years now. So it's
And they're buying other companies. They're doing their thing. They're going to be one of the good big 4 companies for a while.
yeah, and we
What else
know
you gotta-
BTS made such a huge impact in the Korean economy, so I mean that has to be a good indicator for the future.
I tried to buy some Big Hit stock, but I couldn't figure out how.
You
It's
can't
not
just,
available in my brokerage.
You can't just be on TD Ameritrade and get some.
No,
Oh, okay.
you cannot. You can't buy Korean stock apparently.
Oh, because some
Nope.
stuff is just for that country, huh?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I can buy a certain number of Chinese stocks. I don't quite understand it myself, but I can buy some Chinese stocks. Some others I cannot. Couldn't buy Big Hit. Not that I would want to. I don't actually believe it's a good stock to buy. Just so you know. I don't think it's a good stock to buy. But if you just want to support your, just to support, go ahead, please.
I think I remember that
It'll be like $150.
You do
might
have to
lose
be-
$20. Who cares?
you have to be based in Korea, I think, to
Yeah. No. I
Qualify.
bet you don't. I bet you can probably buy it even if you're not based in Korea.
well, you have to work with a brokerage that's there, right?
I don't know. So I won't say, but I wasn't able to myself. It's just in my regular day trading patterns. But here's what I will say. If you're just buying the stock because you want to support your favorite group, don't do that. That's not the best way to support your favorite group. Best way is just to, buy their merchandise, buy tickets to their events. That's the best way to support them. Don't buy the stock.
Yeah, because that's supporting them too, just supporting them in their activities.
That's supporting them specifically.
Yeah.
Because the stock, that doesn't indicate anything as far as you support this particular group. That indicates you support the company. So unless you really feel strongly about the company, then no, don't do that. That's about the company, not about BTS. I did hear that BTS each member has about 12 million in stock. That's not that much, really? Because when you say like 12 million, okay, and there's 7 members, so that's like $84 million in stock. And their CEO has like 2 billion in stock. Come on. What? They had way more to contribute to the rise of this stock price. Should they not maybe get more than 84 million? That's all I'm saying.
Well, they said 90% of the income comes from BTS.
Yes, that's right. But as far as the stake, they have $84 million of the stake in a $4 billion company, right? Mm-hmm. Does that seem right?
No.
No.
Seems low.
No, I would argue that they should receive at least double of that. Yeah. Each member should have about 24 million. And I don't think that's unreasonable. It's over.
I mean, they did agree to it. Maybe their lawyers were thinking there were other things that they were fighting for, like, oh, maybe a bigger percent of endorsements or something. Like, we don't know like what the give and
Perhaps.
take was,
Right, perhaps. But if it comes to the choice between endorsements or whatever and share and ownership of a company, I will always tend towards ownership of something. That usually will make you more money. Usually. So I don't know whoever accepted these terms, but I don't know. They're not great.
That's like, remember when the early employees of Google, it's like some of them got paid in shares, and then it was like the janitor and stuff even, and it's like those shares turned out to be like super, super valuable later on.
Right. So, don't short shrift yourself on the shares.
Yeah. Don't just overlook that.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, that's what happened. It is what it is. And, hey, if you bought any Big Hit stock, number one, tell me how you bought it. How the hell do you buy these things? I'm interested in buying them. But number two, don't sell it. Just keep it. I know it's down at the moment, but, it's just whatever. It probably will come back up at some point in the next 5 years, Probably, no guarantee. This is not financial advice. It's what they always say. That's the disclaimer. Not financial advice.
Thank you to our guest, Morgan. You can find BTS Happy Hour on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Podbean, Castbox, Deezer, Listen Notes, and iHeartRadio. New episodes weekly. To support the podcast, please comment and share on social media, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, or give us a rating on your podcast app. Follow BTS Happy Hour on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also go to the website at btshappyhour.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for additional content. Until next time, this has been the BTS Happy Hour. Thanks for listening, and remember, make every hour a happy one.